Welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. This afternoon, we're watching and reacting to Fluminense FC versus Ahly SC in the semifinals of the 2023 FIFA Club World Cup. The winners go on to face the winner of Man City versus Ottawa Red Diamonds in the final on Friday, after the loser of this game faces the loser of that Man City Ottawa game in the third place match. And yes, I'll do both because at this point, might as well, because I've done every other game. So there you go. With that being said, Fluminense wearing their red and green, wine and green, I guess we'll say that. It's not red, but it's not purple. It's wine and green. Ahly wearing maroon and white, which I got to respect that. I got to respect that. If you know, you know. Starting 11s are as follows. For Fluminense, in goal, Fabio. The back four, Marcelo, Felipe Melo, Nino, Samuel Xavier. The midfield two of Martinelli and Andre. The attacking midfield three of Keno, Ganso, and Jean Arias, and Herman Cano up top for Fluminense. For Ahly in goal, Mohamed El Shinawi. The back four, Mohamed Hani, Yasser Ibrahim, Mohamed Abdelmonem, Ali Malul. The midfield three of Issa Ashur, Marwan Atiyah, Akram Taufik, and the front three of Percy Tau, Mahmoud Karaba, and Hussein El Shahat up top. Teams are walking out. We're ready to go. How we doing, Henry? How we doing, Rory? I hope it's a good one. The CONMEBOL champions versus the African champions. Fluminense, of course, beat Boca to get here. And this is their first ever appearance in the FIFA Club World Cup. And they'll be there again in 25. We know that now. Let's go, Marcelo. Aren't you a Barca fan? You're rooting for Marcelo? I should be the one rooting for Marcelo. Which I want to see him do good. But I was a Barca fan rooting for Marcelo. It's like me rooting for... Okay, yeah. I do root for Messi, so it is what it is. Fabio, Marcelo, Felipe Melo, Nino, Samuel Xavier, Keno, Martinelli, Ganso, Andre, John Arias, and Herman Cano. For Fluminense, under the bottle job, Fernando Diniz. That'd be crazy. And you can say, but Fernando Diniz got Fluminense the Copa Libertadores. He may have. I can tell you one thing, though. He's a bottle job in international football. Maybe when it's a big game, you just can't win. Simon Marcinak is the referee. Thomas Litskiewicz, Adam Kupik, and Tori Penso is also part of the refereeing crew. Tomasz Kwiatkowski, the VAR. Now Saw. So let's see. Let's hope he shows out. For Ahly in goal, Mohamed El Shinawi, Ali Malul, Mohamed Abdelmonem, Yasser Ibrahim, Mohamed Hani, Marwan Atiyah, Akram Taufik, Imam Ashur, Hussein El Shahat, Karaba, and Percy Tau. For John Kennedy today. That does not sound like a Brazilian dude. And yes, I will be fighting the urge to make a John Kennedy got shot down joke if he goes down for a penalty. I will be fighting the urge to do that. Or saying you could call so-and-so defender Oswald because he just brought down John Kennedy. Oh, Lord, I'm already... Yeah, no, I think right now I'm going to have to... Hopefully, he's not in a penalty controversy, because if he is, I'm definitely making that joke, and that's not going to end well. And we're off. You technically already did it, though. Well, at least I'm warning people. 13 seconds in, 0-0. Fluminense going forward quickly. Cross. Offside. That'll be a goal kick. Fluminense is trying to make a statement early. I can tell you that much. Herman Cano. Yeah, he was offside. But Fluminense got off to a quick start. His name is John Kennedy Batista de Souza, but nobody says that last part. They just say John Kennedy. And I'm not the only one who made a joke, basically made the joke saying the dude does not sound Brazilian. I think Alexis Guerrero's made the joke on freaking Morning Footy. Not the only one. Hit that like button. Let's get it going. He's 21 years old, though. So young player. That's probably why he's on the bench. Ahly. Exactly. Four goals in the Copa Libertadores, 1 goal in the Cup, 26 goals in the Brasileiro. Let's see if he gets any goals in the Club World Cup. Two minutes in. Here's a chance. Malul. Man, this is a half and half game. You're going to see the difference between the Brazilian and Argentina league teams compared to CONCACAF teams, where they win or lose, they fought all the way through and are not only more creative. I know that Brazilian teams and Argentinian teams are better than CONCACAF in most cases. And they do have more heart. I agree. I knew that already, but trust me, I watch enough of the Liga Professional and Brasileiro. I know. Trust me, I know. I may not watch it on the channel, but I watch it behind the scenes. I know. Hard to watch Libertadores because I don't have freaking be in sports yet. But if when I do, probably would be smart to do a little bit more CONMEBOL though, considering the Copa America is starting. We'll see how this turns. I like it. Besides, I like their away kit being maroon and white. Even though you could argue that their away kit is pretty much Bayern's away kit with maroon instead of red. But you know what? Yeah, but it's not the ones that would get me any views. Yeah, I know Extra has a couple of games, but seriously, it's going to be teams like Tajeres. And it's like big enough teams, but not really. Like, it's a fact. Yeah, I know. Especially if you're not one of the big 6 clubs or whatever. I mean, do you not see what happens in MLS? Or at least it was really bad. I know 2020 was a special thing, but like in like 2018, 2019, like the late 2010s, like it was really bad. Hell, even 21, it was really bad. They've gotten a bit more creative in MLS, I'm not gonna lie. Recently. Yeah, I remember that because that's what happened during the Riyadh All-Star versus PSG game, remember? I caught on to that pretty quickly. Shot over the bar. But again, it's only facts that a game like Emelec versus Tajeres would be less views for me than a River Plate versus Nacional, or so to speak, you know, something like that. 6 minutes in, blocked away. I mean, I know South American teams have big, like, there's a lot of fans of a lot of teams anyway, but every team has a lot of fans, but there's a lot more River Plate and Nacional fans than there is Tajeres and Emelec. For example, Emelec does have some cool jerseys, though. And that's got to be a foul. 7 minutes in, Atia plays it forward. Ahly is sort of dominating right now. This is an opposite. Yes, but even then. Well, yeah, I think Brazilian teams, like everybody that's going, I got to say that's. You're not going to lose anything, really. Yeah, and I think there was one time where I was watching Libertadores on BN Sport Extra a while ago. It was like Deportivo Maldonado versus somebody. I'm like, that's exactly my point. Didn't I put that on like TikTok now back in the day when that was still cool? I think I did when that was still cool. Yeah. They want a VAR check. Ashore wants a VAR check. Not that they're going to give it to him, but he's like, VAR. I don't know why I did a circle instead of a square. Fluminense playing forward, but Ahly has been definitely dominant so far. They've been holding the possession for a good bit early. Fluminense, I thought they were going to make a statement. Then Ahly picked up the possession, and they basically held in their half for like 5 minutes. Fluminense got to do better. 0-0. Marcelo plays forward. Fluminense. This could be the chance. Cross into the box. Shot! Boy, what a save! What a save, El Shinawi. Whoa. No, that went off the post. But that was a good shot. So that's what you want from Fluminense, because I had Fluminense winning this game, so they better. But right now, Ahly is dominating, I gotta say. Shinawi picks it up for a goal kick. It'd be a little bit of a nice karma situation if Ahly could dominate the game and Fluminense still ends up winning. Like what they did to Seattle, you know? Seattle dominated their game, and guess what? Ahly ended up winning anyway. That would feel a lot better. But here's Ahly. You know what? Maybe Denise is just a bottle job in big games. Except for the Copa Libertadores final somehow. Hey, every dog has his day. But then again, that was still before the last window with Brazil when everything went to absolute shit. He didn't do great with Brazil, but that last window was an absolute shambles. Shot over the bar. My point being is I have not seen Denise Ismo, as the Fluminense fans have been saying. I didn't see it with Brazil. I ain't seen it with Brazil, and I ain't seeing it right now. What sports channels you get on Tubi? Fox Sports on Tubi, BN Sports Extra. That's also on Pluto. Like that Women's Sports Network, Stadium. I think it was Stadium. Fubo Sports TV, Real Madrid TV, Pac-12 Network, ACC Network. Trying to think. There's the Spanish BN Sports Extra too. It's both of them. Ahly player is down. I know there's Real Madrid TV. 12 minutes in, 0-0. Fluminense and Ahly. Titans officially eliminated from the postseason. I saw that. Oh, there's an NFL channel and an MLB channel. Just like Pluto. I'm surprised NHL and what'd you rate yesterday's game from a 1 to 10? I have it at a 7. I agree with a 7 because at first it was a chess match, and I like a good chess match sometimes. Not in the second leg of the final. Oh, but it got crazy. So I'd say 7. I think that's perfect. 7. I think it's perfect. Fluminense plays it back. Fabio almost gets dispossessed. Felipe Melo. Marcelo. Here's a big chance here. Fluminense. And they lose the ball. Abdelmonim turns it round. Game's starting to even out a bit. How we doing, Rafael? Game's starting to even out a bit. But Ahly's still the more dominant side. But the game's starting to even out a bit after that early spell by Ahly. Fluminense. Mourinho faces accusations of bullying a former United player. Yeah, I'm sure that was going to happen. It's probably a popular player that has who's soft. Mourinho's a jackass, we know. And you're just calling it bullying because you're a soft, tattooed millionaire. Not you specifically, but the player. Sometimes you gotta be an asshole to get your point across. A coach is supposed to be tough. And if you want to call him an asshole for it, be my guest. But he's not doing his job if he's not being tough. Just ask Terry Dunfield. Speaking of Terry Dunfield, I made a joke about becoming an alcoholic because of this godforsaken team, but I think Terry Dunfield actually might have gone and did it. Where's Turko Muhammad going? He left Pumas. I have no idea. He'll either go back to South America like he normally does or go to Leon. Either way. I feel like Ambriz is going to Leon. So I guess Muhammad's going to go somewhere in South America and then go back to Mexico after that's over. Sort of what he does. He goes back to South America. He leaves that job. He goes back to Mexico, but he's burned enough bridges. Well, maybe he has to throw MLS in there. Chip over to Bar. I mean, hell, if Turko Muhammad did Monterrey dirty, what makes you think he ain't going to do another team dirty? Or he'll never do a team dirty because he did Monterrey dirty. That's the club that he loves the most. If they fire Tano, he might go back to Monterrey. Who knows? They said he bullied Pogba. Of course. Pogba's a punk. I would not take anything he says without a grain of salt. Pogba's a punk. Of course Pogba would think he got bullied. Worth $99 million, but you can't act like a freaking professional footballer. And then in the end, you were on the gas anyway. The only time Paul Pogba was as good as advertised was the 2018 World Cup. That's the only time he was ever as good as advertised. Maybe, you know what, Sir Alex was right to get rid of him. Here's a chance, Ahly. There'll be a corner. Hello, what up, man? How we doing? Pretty good. Starting good. Pogba got banned for the drugs, I know. He was on the gas. That's what I'm saying. Steroids, drugs, gas. You never heard that term before? In wrestling terms, it's called gas. The gas. He was on the gas. I guess you could also say gear. But you can see in wrestling how that would be not make any sense. Header in, set, save! Cleared away. Somehow ends up getting cleared for Fluminense for Fluminense, by Fluminense. Because if you say gear in wrestling, you're thinking about the Speedo or whatever instead of steroids. Or drugs for that matter. Outside of wrestling, it makes more sense. I'll just stick with gas. As the carny I am, I'll just stick to saying gas. 19th minute. The more you know. 19th minute, 0-0. Ahly. Still the better team slightly. Fluminense got to build out. Ahly might just win this game. Denise Ismo is a joke. What sport should have a World couple of clubs from other countries. I like to see baseball do a World Cup, a Club World Cup. I really would. There is a basketball Club World Cup though. Actually, FIBA does do a Club World Cup in basketball. There's a basketball Champions League in multiple countries and all that. Like Real SC played in the Americas Basketball Champions League, and I think they actually won it once. Real SC. So, and there's a Canadian team that plays in that Basketball Champions League Americas. Edmonton played in it. Scarborough from the CEBL, the Canadian Basketball League. But baseball should have a Club World Cup. Like Japanese K-League or KBO. Like you got the Korean teams, you got the Japanese teams, you got MLB teams. Hell, you could probably put a minor league team in there and they probably still would do pretty good. Throw the Savannah Bananas in there for shits and giggles, and there you go. Mexican teams, there's the Mexican League, there's Dominican League. Yeah, I mean, town water polo team, play college water polo team. That's a pretty good one. Speaking of, I love how in college basketball, Mississippi State went to Portugal this past summer, the basketball team, to play some Portuguese all-star teams in the preseason or their summer practices, their summer scrimmages. And one of my friends has Portuguese ancestry. I think you know who I'm talking about. And I told her that State played in Portugal. I'm like, when I heard about it, because I didn't know until I saw that post that they played in Portugal, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to bring this up because why not? And they won those games, of course. So State did wrap Portugal maroon and white. Stanford did the same. They went to Portugal? That was like July, I think, when State played over there. Basketball. I know Kentucky likes playing in what's the word? The Bahamas. They played a French team, I believe. I still went to Europe. And Stanford doesn't even have a good basketball team. Here's a chance. Oh! No penalty. Yeah, that's fair. Corner. That's fair. That's fair. He kind of did it. He kind of tried to get some out of that. That's fair. Corner. I mean, how trash Fluminense's played, I'd do the same. He tried to simulate the contact. Here's a corner. Yeah. Well, State's was lopsided too. 23rd minute. Corner. Short corner. There's a chance shot. Oh, off the post. Another one off the post for Fluminense. And that'll be next semester be a busy semester for me because on Mondays and Wednesdays I'll have in-person general Chem 1 class from 3:30 to 7:50. On Tuesdays I'll have an intro to cell and molecular biology class from 12:30 to 4:50. Wednesdays, Friday, I have an intro to baking class 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. or 12:20 p.m. Intro to cell and molecular biology class from 12:30 to 1:45 on Thursdays. Nice. I saw Kevin practicing with a team. Good for them. Blitzo says random things, you know. Chat, and I'll read anything. You've been here long enough. I expect that from somebody new, that this could go off the rails. You know how this goes. You've been here long enough. 25th minute. And if somebody new comes in when stuff goes off the rails, they could be amazed at how weird we can get. Or how absolutely crazy we could get. What a chance. Zendea's first American to win Liga MX with Chivas in America. Well, exactly, but you definitely say whatever you want. Not that I'm just saying you do. Okay? Don't take that the wrong way. You do say whatever you want, though. But that's what sort of the chat is for. So, of course, you can stay on topic, but again, I can't control what you say. There's pretty much no holes barred here. Kazee for the Steelers is reported by Adam Schefter has been indefinitely suspended. Plays forward. Fluminense, 26th minute. I just hope they don't go to extra time. If they do, I'm going to lose my mind. Fabio. I think somebody's going to score by 90 minutes, though. I think we could have multiple goals, too. I'm just making sure you did. Rebel does the same thing when he's on here. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. "27th minute. Nil-nil, Fluminense. See how Fluminense, Marcelo standing over it. He violated Rule 12 of the handbook. Talking about Kazee. I don't even know if the Rule 12 from like 2011 is still Rule 12. Because I do have actually an NFL rule book. Here's Al-Ali. Shot! Past the post. Shahat puts it past the post. Adams. Yeah, Schefter's Twitter, yeah. Back in like, 2011, I got a full-on NFL rule book because I did. Probably could find. I wonder where I have it sitting because I probably could find it pretty quickly. Have you ever listened to Mexican banda music? Yeah, a little bit. 28th minute header, a little bit. I do like reggaeton and Latino music. I do. Shot past the post. That'll roll out for a throw-in. 28th minute. USL schedules are coming out. By the way, have you seen Rhode Island's jersey? I've not seen Rhode Island's jersey, and cool. Have you heard of Gerardo Ortiz? Yeah, I think I have, yeah. I have. Los Tigres del Norte. Yeah. May not have exactly said the band's name correctly, but yeah. Juan Gabriel. He did a Spanish version of Have You Ever Seen the Rain? And then John Fogerty did a remix of it where they both did it together. There's a couple of them. 07 is the GOAT, says Marcos. Welcome back. It's been a while. 45% possession, 38% possession. And Ahly's been dominating them. I know. Either Tigres is just really good, or everybody who's been sent by CONCACAF is a pecho frio. Seattle honestly did the best. Seattle honestly did the best out of everybody since Tigres, if I'm being honest. I know they all went out in the first game they played, but Seattle played the best game. Then León, then Monterrey. Monterrey absolutely shit the bed. Monterrey shit the bed. I'd say Seattle did better than León, though. No. See, if I do that, it'd probably be smart. Fan-wise, it'd probably be smart for me to do that. Well, it doesn't affect Toronto anyway, because we're still at least playing the Canadian Championship. But should I probably save myself from watching that shit show of a team anyway? Yeah, probably be good for my mental if I did do that. Be bad for the channel, though. And besides, then we got the gray area of like the other competitions, like of Champions Cup, which probably would do me better views anyway. Then we got the gray area of that. I think MLS did a scummy thing by pulling out an Open Cup, but if still trying to make my channel grow is going to get me called a bootlicker, call me a damn bootlicker. Because I ain't licking no boots, but if you want to call me a bootlicker for that reason, because I'm trying to freaking make this channel work and still keep growing, like, Bubba, what's Libertadores? Maybe I could build a new. Like, yeah, what they did to the Open Cup was wrong. But again, maybe I would be a scab. I don't know. I got to look out for myself. Besides, my club had nothing to do with this. So, as of now, my club is not a guilty club in this because they still get to play their domestic cup. Now, if they pull the Canadian teams out of the Canadian Championship for MLS 2 teams, then we might have a problem. The Canadian teams are sort of not evil in this, you know, so that's probably why I don't feel so, like, again, yeah, MLS was wrong. I agree. But technically, the Canadian teams are still in their domestic cup. So in the end, I can wrap my head around it, but if I'm being honest, yeah, I'm probably a scab. I know. Who's been the better team? I'd say Ahly. They were more dominant early. Fluminense starting to go back into the game, but I'd still say Ahly were unlucky not to score early in the match. At least the USL Championship and lower league teams have a better chance to win Open Cup and qualify for CCL. I agree, but if they lose to an MLS Next Pro team, it makes the league look worse. They still could lose hard. USL Championship teams and League One teams, they could still lose hard. Like Louisville should still win the tournament, or a team like them should still win the tournament, or Sacramento. Who's been the better team? "34th minute." But that's just, it still could be a bad loss for the USL if they end up. Playing forward is Fluminense. Here's a chance that'll be blocked away for a corner. Yasser puts it up for a corner. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. 10 minutes left in the half. Stoppage time as well. Cross in. Brought down. That'll be cleared by Ahly. I still like how Sacramento made the deep run to the U.S. Open Cup final. Beating Greg Vanny. That could have been the first team to qualify to CCL. It's gonna, if Sacramento ends up winning the Open Cup, header, save, Fabio, over the bar. I think U.S. Soccer replace MLS teams with MLS Next Pro teams for the next Open Cup so they could give USL Championship and lower league teams a better chance to win the Open and qualify for CCL. They don't give a shit. They just wanted to lower the what's it called? They wanted to open up more midweek dates if they need to because the season's going to start a little bit later. And besides, lower the fixture congestion because they have to. They don't give a shit about the USL teams. I think we've already seen they don't give a shit. Like, yeah, technically, yeah, they did help them. I don't think that's their main modus operandi. MLS Next Pro teams only play 28 games. If you make the playoffs, you can play 3 more. They're able to play like 5 or 6 more games if they make the final. So, 36-minute. MLS teams damn near play 50 games, especially if you're a good team. Now, Open Cup is normally for the shittier teams who can't really do anything else. At least that's sort of how it always ends up. Like, you never really see a good team winning the U.S. Open Cup. You never do. Well, except Atlanta. But Frank de Boer legitimately brought that Atlanta team down so much. So do we really? You know what? That's not a good example. They were starting to become mid. But Toronto versus Atlanta was the Eastern Conference Final that year. Yeah, but Toronto played like they were the better team anyway. I was not afraid of Atlanta. And they weren't either. Frank de Boer legitimately almost killed Atlanta United. And they're still not out of the woods yet. But Thiago Almada maybe, well, I don't know. Thiago Almada definitely changed their fortunes. But once he leaves, they might be in the woods again. What's your predictions of the CONCACAF Champions Cup Round 1 matchups? I'm saving those for February. Why predict now when shit can change? And besides, if you watch the recap of the draw video, you could sort of get where my mind is standing right now. You could sort of figure out where my mind is going right now on predictions and such. Right now. But again, I'm not going to make my predictions until February because, again, or late January, right before the tournament, because it's not worth it because things can change. Like, injuries can happen in preseason. They can make some big signings. The refuerzos, it's not a good time to make predictions right now. There's still early predictions and also managerial changes. There's still early predictions, and you could kind of tell where I was going in most cases off that recap video. But exactly. Atlanta are going after a Norwegian center back who plays in the French league. That is so different for Atlanta. '72 ranking on FIFA. I mean, that's pretty good, though. Not that FIFA rankings mean anything. Alonso Coelho's a 50-something on FIFA, and he shouldn't be. So I don't take any stock into FIFA rankings. 39th minute, 0-0. Unless I'm playing FIFA. Unless I'm playing FIFA Mobile or FIFA Ultimate Team, I don't take FIFA rankings into consideration. Playing forward. Because it's not worth it. Like, FIFA rankings are arbitrary. Just like Madden rankings are arbitrary. Like, Tommy DeVito is probably what? A 65 overall Madden right now? He's definitely not a 65 overall in real life. So to speak. Who do you want to win in this matchup? I picked Fluminense. I'm rooting for my prediction. Most of the time, if I make a prediction, I'm going to root for my prediction unless, it's my team's, or I don't have a soft spot for somebody. I picked Fluminense to win. I'm rooting for my prediction. But Fernando Diniz is a bottle job, so we'll find out. 41st minute. Monterrey Comunicaciones is going to be a crazy game because Comunicaciones are a fighting team. They refuse to go down. Playing forward here. I pray Fluminense avenges Rayados in Seattle. Oh, yeah. Ahly. Rayados did shit the bet against Ahly. They did. And then Seattle got heartbroken. And then Leon had the same thing happen to him against Ottawa. All I know is Toronto doesn't want Ahly, I guess. Why does Ahly have the plot armor they do? They have plot armor. 42nd minute, headed on Fluminense. Even when a team arguably is better than them. Ahly's, you know what? Ahly's a tough team. You know what? I see what the Egyptian fans are saying. That Ahly is the greatest team in Africa. Because they find ways. They're tough. They're very tough. And they play good football. Mostly, except the 2022 FIFA Club World Cup. But they still were winning anyway. And the best game they played, they lost. I know, crazy, right? And they damn near beat Flamengo, too. So they could beat a Brazilian team. And end up playing that Brazilian team because Flamengo was a joke. They're a tough team to break down. Ahly are like Real Madrid of Africa. They dominate the Champions League and win a lot of domestic titles. I get that. I do. But it's like the Ahly fans when I went and freaking said, you didn't do enough to beat Auckland. Oh, you didn't do enough to beat Seattle. They got pissed off. And they're like, see, we told you we're the best team in Africa every time we're the best team in Africa when they won. And now they're like, we're the best team in Africa. I'm like, yeah, now I see it because now you're dominating. Now, this Club World Cup, they're dominating. Shot over the bar. They beat the hell out of Al Ittihad, who is a bigger squad than them or a more rich squad. Not that that matters, but it definitely does help. And then they're doing pretty good against Fluminense, who people think Fernando Diniz is good in the club game, but let's be honest. At some point, he's going to get exposed for the fraud he is, just like he did with Brazil. And it looks like this game's going to be the one. Fernando Diniz is a fraud. I looked up the attendance for Al Ittihad game, and the attendance was 56,111. That makes sense because one, the game was in Saudi Arabia. Al Ittihad is a Saudi team, and Egypt ain't far away. And Al Ahly is a big club. I'm sure it was probably 50-50, 60-40, but it was a damn big crowd. Club World Cup attendance record. There it is. Because they put them in the big stadiums. Problem is they don't get the attendance except for games like that. Now, Wydad Casablanca, when they played Al Hilal, that was a pretty good attendance back in Morocco in February. 45th minute. Two minutes of stoppage time. Ahly. Cross blocked away by Felipe Melo. Ahly beating that Saudi club was shocking, especially the way the Saudi club lost and the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo said the Saudi league would be a top 5 league. It's not. Free kick for Fluminense. One minute in, one to go before the half. Over the top, headed away. Chips. Herman Cano. No room. Marcelo. Offside. I did watch the Liga MX final last night. My thoughts was the game was a freaking chess match up until extra time, and then it went absolutely haywire. America deserved to win, though. Second time Herman Cano's been offside, and he couldn't even find the pass anyway. 25 or 15 seconds to go before the half. Takes it short. Halftime. It is halftime. 0-0 at the half between both sides. Ahly's been the better side throughout. Also, the camera was literally shaking because of the loud atmosphere at the Azteca. Yeah, that was crazy, especially late on in the game. Oh. But it's halftime. It's 0-0 with another 45 minutes to go and possibly 30. Halftime, 0-0. Settle, 0-0. Ahly's the better team so far. Haven't had a goal yet, but I think we're going to see a goal before the 90th minute. Should be rooting for Fluminense because that's who I picked to win. Simple. Don't have any connection to either of these two teams, so imagine if Ahly pulls off an upset and reaches the final. It could happen. It could happen. It could happen. Take a short break at the half. Talk about the stats. 0-0 at the half between Fluminense and Ahly. Ahly is the better team so far. See what happens as this second half goes. I don't think we'll go to extra time, but it still could happen. Sit tight, I'll be back. We're back for the stats at the half. Wi-Fi says, let's go Ahly. Ahly, if they make the final, Man City's winning for sure. I wouldn't be so sure about that. I'd be more hopeful that that Fluminense wins if I'm a Man City fan. Fernando Diniz is a bottle job. And he's now acting like this is a Brazilian game and not a Fluminense game. That fraud legitimately might just lose Fluminense the freaking Club World Cup before the final. Fernando Diniz is a fraud. I don't care. He's a fraud. Everything I've seen of him is, I don't know. I ain't seen Denisismo. Not at all. With Brazil or Fluminense. From what I've seen. So either the games that I watch, he's an unlucky SOB. He's an unlucky SOB that loses all the time in games that I watch and looks embarrassed or gets embarrassed. Or he just is a fraud. And he beats up on crappy teams. And Fluminense just had a freaking Cinderella run in the freaking Libertadores, and he looks amazing. But Brazil makes him look like a joke, which he does. Starting 11 is as follows. Halftime stats are as follows. 62% possession, 38% possession. 3 shots to 13. 0 shots on goal to 1. 298 accurate passes, 89% to 156, 77%. 6 fouls to 6, 3 corners to 4, 3 shots to 13, 0 shots on goal to 1, 333 passes to 202, 89% pass accuracy to 77, 8 throws to 7, 2 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 0, 0 red cards to 0, 0-0 at the half. Ahly's been the better team. Ahly is the better team. They've been more dominant. They've had better chances. They've had better quality chances. They've played tougher. They look like they have the better chance to win. Better coaching, because, again, Diniz is a fraud. Ahly's been the better team. Fluminense is starting to work back into the game, but Ahly started out dominant. They've still been better. But Fluminense is starting to build into the game, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Ron, do you think a lot of Man City fans will show up for the semifinal and maybe the final? Yeah, I do. It's almost Christmas. They probably took the Christmas holiday to go to friggin' Saudi Arabia. I think so. What's up? How we doing, Robert? Also, if Ahly beats Fluminense, that means no European against South American team. The last Club World Cup was a European club and a Saudi Arabian club. Yes. Then, of course, when Chelsea went for 21, it was Brazil versus England. Then Tigres versus Bayern was 2020. So if Fluminense ends up losing, the last 3 out of 4 Club World Cup finals of the small format is going to be non-South America versus European. And then Palmeiras played Chelsea, which Chelsea still won anyway. It was Liverpool, Flamengo. Almost Monterrey. No. It was Liverpool, Flamengo. 18. Actually, 32-52 was at the Club World Cup. They would have showed out better than Lyon did, especially considering that MLS would have suspended or sanctioned them. Might as well get your fun in before the next season starts when you can't. Then wasn't it Al Ain versus Real Madrid for 2018? I think it was, wasn't it? And that was UAE versus Spain. So it's actually happened a lot recently where it's been non-South American versus European. More than less. Chelsea Palmeiras game was crazy. I think there was red cards. It was a very close game. Yeah, it was a close game. Chelsea still ended up winning though. Man, Chelsea's going to embarrass themselves in the 2025 Club World Cup, aren't they? Should I cover those games? Let me tell you, if I cover those games, I will be wearing my Chelsea jersey, or one of them, if I'm covering Chelsea. But let me tell you, I'm going to end up being embarrassed. I'm going to end up being embarrassed. 2023 CCL was a joke. Bayern will be there too, so I could wear my Bayern jersey. Madrid. I need a new Madrid jersey. But yeah, Bayern will probably make it by rating anyway. Even if they didn't win the Champions League, I think they're already. Leon won because they beat 2 tin cans Tigres choking in a flat LAFC squad. Yep. Didn't I basically say, I think I said that basically in one of the streams, though, during the CCL. I said that basically all they have to do is beat two minnows, a Liga MX squad, and an MLS team. They ended up doing it. Hopefully Bayern Munich can get it together by the 2025 Club World Cup, because right now they've had some pretty bad results, like with Thomas Tuchel losing to Frankfurt. Yeah, they're not doing too good right now. But it doesn't matter. Alphonso Davies will be playing in the Club World Cup, where he's playing with Bayern or Real Madrid. Most likely Madrid. Man, Bellingham and Davies together would just be, oh my word. I don't think Bayern's in the Club World Cup right now. Yeah, but I think they could still make it by ranking. I don't see them on Wikipedia. Maybe somebody was wrong about maybe it's still just multiple UEFA teams. You think Central American teams could cut Saudi Pro League like Alianza, Saprissa, or Olympia? Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but top-ranked UEFA team. Oh, it's just 8, 9, 10, 11. It's just 8 top-ranked UEFA teams with the 23, 24 UCL winners. Oh, here's one, though. No, from RMLS. Look up current teams qualify for the 2025 Club World Cup. Bayern is on there. From ranking, Bayern, Porto, PSG, Inter, and Benfica are there from the ranking. And there's a Champions League winner and 3 more teams that could go in from the UEFA ranking that haven't been qualified yet. But so there it is, right there, black and white. Bayern is in, Inter Milan is in, PSG is in, Porto, Benfica. There's 3 spots that we won't know to the end of the Champions League, and of course the Champions League winner as well. What side is the UEFA clubs? It's on Reddit MLS. Search up current teams qualified 2025 Club World Cup. I mean, it was up 23 hours ago. You probably don't have to scroll that far anyway. But it's a correct graphic. Teams are walking out for the second half. Second half about to start. Teams are ready to go. Fluminense coming out, and we'll be ready to go for the next 45, and hopefully we don't go to extra time. Second half, waiting for the second half to start. Still 0-0. Will Ahly pull the upset, or will Fluminense get by the skin of their teeth? Somebody's going to score before the 90th minute. I just hope it's not 1-1. And we're off. Second half. Here we go. Man City against Copenhagen. It'll be a good match. First leg won't be easy at home. Copenhagen are tough. Yeah, but it's Man City. If Man City doesn't dominate Copenhagen, I'm sorry. You ain't no good no more. You really do suck now. And if you lose the Club World Cup, you really do suck now. So, besides, speaking of, the rest of the UEFA Champions League draw was weak. Like, it seems so even and so weak. Like, seriously, it doesn't feel like the UEFA, like the draw, like seeing it all come together, it does not feel like the UEFA Champions League. It feels like a glorified Europa League. The tournament won't really get good until the quarterfinals. Truly. Because I think it's pretty obvious where this is going to go. Like, you could arguably say that the knockout round playoffs for the Europa and the conference are better than the Champions League. Playing Ahly defending here. The round of 16, we got Copenhagen, Man City. Man City should win. Leipzig, Madrid. Madrid should win. PSG, Sociedad. PSG should win. Bayern, Lazio. Bayern should win. Dortmund, PSV. That might be the hardest one to predict, but I still think Dortmund. Inter, Atleti. Inter Milan should win. Napoli, Barcelona. I want Napoli to win, but Barca should win. Porto, Arsenal. Arsenal should win. Like, yeah, I could see Atleti beating Inter. I could see Napoli beating Barca, and I could see PSV beating Dortmund. I could. I can tell you one thing, though. It just seems so weak, the Champions League this year. playing forward. Fluminense. Fluminense playing forward. Felipe Melo. Martinelli. Free kick. Yes. Good tackle. Oh! He did stomp on the leg of Honey, so it's actually a free kick for Ahly. '49th minute. Dortmund and PSV, Serginho Dest versus Gio. Yeah, PSV is doing a really good job with all the Americans they have, I gotta say. And Ernie Stewart. 50th minute. Header down. Fluminense is actually sort of dominating this second half. Free kick. Hit a handball. Ahly with a free kick in the 50th minute. Playing forward. Marcelo plays forward. Marcelo gets it. Think Ottawa could beat Man City tomorrow in the semifinal? I want them to. I don't think they can. I want them to, though. Dortmund and PSV, I agree with you. It's hard to predict. I do expect to see goals home and away on both sides. It could be back and forth. Plays in. Oh, and Marcelo goes down. Okay, no, he's fine. I was like, oh no, did Marcelo just do himself in? Gonzo throws in. Why is Marcelo going so forward? I mean, seriously, the dude's in his mid-30s. Like, I get he's been in the UEFA Champions League before, and I get he has a big... Like, he's done a lot of things in his career. But, dude, why is Marcelo going so far forward? Like, I don't even think he did that at Real Madrid. At this age, he's going that far forward? I swear, man. Okay. Dude, Marcelo's not Richie Larea. I don't know why you're playing him like he's Richie Larea. That's over the bar. Dude, he's not Richie Larea. Why are you playing him like he's Richie Larea or Alphonso Davies? Especially like 34, 35. You normally do that when you're younger. Man, Brazilians are different. See, that's part of the reason why Denise is a fraud. He's basically playing as a winger. Yeah, and they're leaving the back line. Marcelo's faster than Davies. At 34 years old. No, he's not. He may look faster because he's playing an Egyptian side. He's playing on a Brazilian team against an Egyptian side. Maybe that's why he looks faster. Like, yeah, Davies looks a lot faster when he plays a CONCACAF team than when he plays for Bayern Munich. That is true. Man City fan, I don't think Red Diamonds will beat us. I think Man City should win 3-0. Shot! Oh, past the post! Just slightly past the post for Herman Cano. He almost had the one. If he could have just cut that in. Very biased. No. I think I'm right. maybe back in the day when I was like 8, 9 years old, Marcelo was faster than Davies. I'm not saying he ever wasn't faster than Davies. Like if you put like young Marcelo up against current Davies, maybe you could have an argument, but not right now. Hell, he's probably not even faster than Richie Larea right now. Now that may be biased. Besides, guess what? Speaking of Richie Larea, it looks like the Vancouver Whitecaps might not get him back. Toluca's new coach, Toluca wanted Milito, but they could not close the deal. And that coach is still not going to be as good as Ignacio Ambriz. They stupidly fired Ambriz. For what reason, I couldn't tell you. But Leon will definitely bring Ambriz back. It looks like it's going to be Gago for Chivas. Even though I think it should be Larcamon. Here comes Al-Ali. Al-Ali on the break. Shot saved by Fabio. So hey, there's another coach that Canada could freaking interview to be the Canadian manager. Larcamon. I'm good with that. Gio Savarese, Larcamon, Juan Carlos Osorio. I'm not really good with Turco. I don't want Turco. Better than Mauro Biello, but I still don't want Turco. Because I think everything is closed in Liga MX, isn't it? After Gago goes to Chivas and they bring Ignacio back to Leon, but they're not going to rehire Larcamon. So that's pretty much, yeah. There you go. Pumas is open. Pumas is open. I don't know if Larcamon would do that, though. That just doesn't seem like... It would be smart if Pumas got him. I think that'd be a dub. I think that would be a dub. If you can get him for Pumas, I think it'd be a dub. They could get him. I think that'd actually be perfect for Pumas. I don't know if he'd do it, though. Larcamon, can you imagine what he would do to Greg? He would make Greg look like an absolute fool. Like, I would have so much fun watching that. Larcamon to Toronto. Sadly, we have John Herdman. We jumped the gun. Velko Paunovic from Pumas. Yeah, I think Larcamon would be better. Pumas already has a coach. I missed it. I'm not going to lie. I missed it. I just knew that Turco left. And I thought that was pretty recent, but maybe it wasn't as recent as I thought. That's going to go out for a corner. Spain fired their coach for the 2018 World Cup. I know. Because Santiago Solari went to Real Madrid, who ended up, and if you remember, Santiago Solari ended up coaching America and didn't do too well. I think he made a Champions League final, didn't he? I think he did, yeah. Cross in. Plays down. Turco left this, and the assistant is the coach. Oh, so they're just going to be cheap and do that. Okay, I get it. You sure he's not just the interim until they find somebody? They're going to be that cheap and just have his assistant be the coach. Cross in. Yeah, that's a good idea. Gago is a great get for Chivas. So I've heard. Shot blocked away. That's a corner. That means and Canada could get Larcamon. You know what? I'll take it. Man, I'm really getting my hopes up for just be Mauro Biello permanently, am I? Or freaking Martin Nash. some CPL retread. Cross in. Heads away. 59th minute. All right, maybe it'll be Paul Modoka. What if Canada could get Julian Lopetegui, the guy that rejected U.S. soccer for Greg Berhalter's hiring? I don't think Lopetegui's that good, to be completely honest. Oh, no, he's the one who got... oh, wait, no, Solari got hired after Lopetegui. Lopetegui got fired by Spain for going to Real Madrid. Then he got fired by Real Madrid. Then Solari became the manager. Then Zidane came back. Got it. That was a freaking saga. I forget Lopetegui was there for like... I forgot he was there for like 13 weeks. Then it was Solari, and then freaking Zidane came back. It was a whole saga. I remember when... and it's funny because I remember... no, wait. I think it was when Solari got sacked from Real Madrid. I remember walking out of PE class, like walking out of school. Because I think my PE class was header. The last hour of the day. And I saw on my phone, like I was checking my phone before we walked out because we got dressed back into our regular clothes. And I look at Real Madrid, Comunicado, Solari, fire. I'm like, okay. It's like, he just got hired 2 months ago. And then it's like, oh, but Zinedine Zidane's coming back. I'm like, okay. Then why did he leave? 6 months later, he's back. I'm like, why did he leave? Interesting for Canada if they get Larkham. I'm just speculating. Cross in. I'm just speculating. Marcel's being stingy with the ball. Yeah, because he's won 3 Champions Leagues and 1 Libertadores, and he's won multiple Club World Cups. Of course he's being stingy with the ball. And they're letting him go and they're pushing him so forward that of course he is. I think he's hurting Fluminense, if I'm being completely honest. Like, him, the way he's playing, he's hurting them. Like, I get he has street cred, so to speak, but dude, no. Maybe pass the ball. He shouldn't even be in the final third, at least as long as he's been in the final third. Look, he's already making the forward run. In the middle of the park. I've never seen Marcelo do this when he was young. He's 34. He's playing like he's Messi. Denise doesn't know what the hell he's doing. No, he doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know how you think he's a good manager. I swear to God, I don't. Every time I see him coach a game, it's an absolute joke. Like, Denise is like that unlucky kid in school where he's a good kid, so to speak, but when the teacher pops his head up, the kid's doing some stupid shit, and they get in trouble for it. That's what Denise is. Teacher pops their head up, kid gets caught doing some stupid shit. Makes you wonder. 62nd minute. Makes you wonder. Tata Martino, Canada. No, I don't think Canada should go for that guy. They should make the right hire, although I would take him over Greg because I'm tired of terrorism ball. Yeah, Dani Alves is still in jail in Spain for actually, I need to see how old Marcelo is. 35, okay. 34, 35, same thing. Playing forward. 64th minute. Marcel de Pumas to replace Dani Alves. I honestly, if I'm Pumas, I don't want Marcelo. Especially if you're going to play him like this. Like Marcelo, it seems to me, call me crazy, but it seems to me that Marcelo's trying to do everything. And Denise is such a fraud that he has to. And Marcelo will probably do the same thing at Pumas, which just doesn't work. And he's probably got, and if I'm going to be honest, I'd say he'd probably have better players around him at Pumas. Cross blocked away. I think he'd actually have better players around him at Pumas. With Dineno and Chino Huerta. Like, Marcelo and Chino Huerta might just be a good link up. I don't know, but he'd have to pass it to him. Cross in. You'd have to pass the ball to him. 65th minute. '65th minute. Fluminense is holding the ball forward a lot more, but it looks like it's doing a lot better going through the frickin' right channel. That's a horrible pass. Fluminense. 66th minute. That's going to go out for a throw for Fluminense. What if Nottingham Forest played Revs Matt Turner against his old team? I don't know. I think Matt Turner would actually do pretty good because he's good against CONCACAF teams and MLS teams. He probably would look like his old MLS self. People would be like, see, they shouldn't have dropped him. I don't think he's ready for being a number one in the Premier League. I don't think so. I don't think he's ready. Like, Matt Turner's a good goalkeeper. To me, he seems like the modern-day Brad Friedel. Here's a chance. Marcelo goes down. Penalty. Penalty para Fluminense. Penal. Marcelo goes down. I swear to God, if he takes this and misses it. Question is one, was he onside? Second of all, Percy Tau did bring him down from behind. I think that's a pen. I think it's a pen. But, okay. He brought him down from behind. No ball. Yeah, it's a pen. But I hope they let somebody like Herman Cano take it instead. He didn't even get the ball. He just took him out from behind. Yeah, I think that's a pen. That's a pen. No ball. Yeah, pen. I don't think that needs to be checked. I think it's a pen. Penalty. Yeah, I think it is. 68th minute. Besides, I wouldn't let him take it because he got crocked anyway. But they're going to let him take the penalty. Oh, and Abdelmonim threw the freaking water bottle down, gets a yellow card for it for being an asshole. Marcel Feld's technically a penalty, but that's an acting job. I don't disagree. He still got caught from behind, which in the end, they're probably going to lean towards more giving it anyway. Felipe Melo is going to take the penalty, or at least he's holding the ball. Felipe Melo. Fluminense wins. It might be by the skin of their teeth. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been saying. Felipe Melo to take the penalty. Felipe Melo. Be interesting. Felipe Melo to give Fluminense the lead with 20 minutes to go. Felipe Melo. Or no, it's John Arias. John Arias of Colombia, the Colombian John Arias. Shinawi running across the line, being told to stay on the line by the referee. John Arias to take the penalty to put Fluminense up with 20 minutes to go. John Arias starts from a weird angle. John Arias. Stutter step, shot, goal, 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 goal de Fluminense. 1-0, 1-0, John Arias. They started from a weird angle, but in the end, and I'm surprised they didn't call him for a stop. That stutter step was a little bit too, that stutter step was a little bit too slow. But John Arias scores the penalty. In the 70th minute, 1-0. Call me crazy, but that stutter step looked a bit, I don't think they'll call it, but well, they didn't call it, but I don't think I've ever seen somebody start a penalty from like that angle. That was a weird angle. Like, that was a freaking absolute. Okay. 72nd minute. 28 minutes plus stoppage. Or no. 18 minutes. 81 or 82. 18 minutes plus stoppage time. Will Ahly score a goal? Tau save! Percy Tau almost pulls one back instantly, but a save by Fabio. Save by Fabio. Boom, boom. Plays forward. It's out for a throw. Clear. Yep. I think Fluminense needs another to feel comfortable. This could easily still go to extra time. Fluminense needs another to be comfortable. Come on, Fluminense. Get one more. Break the dam. Well, I did say I wanted Ahly to get Seattled. They may just get it. I did say I wanted Ahly to get what happened to Seattle happening to them. It might just happen. We need the goal to happen for the parlays in Brazil to hit. Was Fluminense thinking about Man City and not Ahly? No, Denise is just a fraud. That's all. Denise is an absolute fraud. That's what it is. And he's letting Marcelo just run the game. Marcelo's got Denise by the balls. That's what happened. Maybe if you actually tried to play the ball through other players, maybe you'd be better off. No penalty. I may need to see that again. But Denise is a fraud, straight up. I'm calling it now. Now he fell. No pen. He fell. I'm looking at the comments of the Man City post. I see one comment saying Frankie De Bruyne, probably because of the hair. Fawad, Taher, and Afsha coming on. So they're going to make a triple sub in the 74th. Okay. Fernando Diniz is a complete and utter fraud. I do not care. That man is a fraud. So Karaba, Tawfiq, and Percy Tau are off for Tahir Mohammed, Mohammed Afshar, and Kareem Fawad. Like, seriously, like, Fernando Diniz, from what I've seen of him, is an absolute failure of a manager. This is not Diniz Ismail. He is a football terrorist. With Brazil, football terrorist. Fluminense, this is more like how he coached Brazil. People are like, oh, but he plays such an amazing style with Fluminense. Turns out he can't win a big game to save his life, or if he does, it'll be by the skin of his teeth. Let's watch what Man City will do to Fernando Diniz. They're going to ruin his career if the Brazil stint hasn't already. The final nail in the coffin for Deniz's career will be handed to him by Pep Guardiola. Felipe Melo is off for Marlon. And now we have confusion with the substitutions. I mean, yeah, the Brazilian stint definitely probably ruined his career, but let's just be honest. Pep Guardiola will just burn that pile to ash just to make sure. Felipe Melo is off. Just to make sure. Honestly, if I'm a Man City fan, I would rather face Fluminense than Ahly. Like, Ahly might actually make that final a bit harder, you know? Like, Ahly might just be a competitive final. Fluminense Man City will not. I don't care if there's no Rodri or no Haaland or no De Bruyne now, which I think De Bruyne will play. In the end, I think he'll play. Even if Haaland goes, City's still going to dominate Fluminense. If I'm a City fan, I would want Fluminense. From what's been happening, I would want Fluminense over Ahly. I'd be praying that Fluminense holds on to this if I'm a Man City fan. I'd be praying. It's more likely Urawa. It's more likely Urawa beats Man City than Fluminense. I'm being completely honest. At least when Urawa beat Leon, Urawa looked like they were dominant for at some point in the game. Fluminense looked like they've been running from behind, and they got a penalty. I know that's tomorrow. I'm feeling like maybe I'll stay live for Toronto's pick because the Super Draft is on at 2 p.m. I don't think the Man City game is going to go into extra time. So what I think I'm going to do is stay live for Toronto's pick. I'm going to keep this live going tomorrow through Toronto's pick. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Then I'm going to do the review for the Man City Ottawa game. And then maybe I'll clip the stream clip so I could put that up as like a short. But I'll stay live for Toronto's pick because let's be honest, I don't think the Super Draft would be a fun live to do full on, but Toronto has the first pick. So Toronto has the first pick. So I'll be live through Toronto's pick. And I'll give you my thoughts, my quick thoughts, which I don't know if there'll be any really good thoughts, but, you know. It'll probably be a portion of, hey, Toronto knows how to draft, and I've heard good things about this guy. Or what the hell are they doing if they go off the board? I don't know, but we'll see. Fluminense has been managing this game. I bet they go all out against Man City and keep it close. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I don't know if you are. John Kennedy is about to come on. And Diogo Barbosa and Lima are also coming on as well. So I think I'm going to stay live through Toronto's pick tomorrow and then do the review. And then maybe I'll because you can clip streams. I may clip the part about Toronto's Super Draft pick and put that up as a short. If not, put that up as a second video later on. So I can kill two birds with one stone. Barbosa on, Lima on, John Kennedy on for Gansul. Marcelo, yeah, they're pulling off Marcelo for the last 10 minutes. Finally. '80th minute. Man, I'm going to piss off the Brazilian fans like I pissed off the Egyptian fans like 10 months ago, am I? With how I'm going to review this game, am I? Or maybe Brazilian fans don't get so deep in their feelings. John Kennedy. Handball, there'll be a free kick. Man, they needed that one. They need to put that one away to feel a lot more comfortable. Ganso, Keno, and Marcelo came off. 80th minute. Oh, no. Bad giveaway. 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Blocked. I don't think it'll be much stoppage time, but it'll probably be about like 5 to 7 minutes probably. Corner. Very unlikely Ahly scores, but I'm rooting for it. Why are you rooting for it? I'm not. I want this stuff to be over so I can just do the RSR and pull this freaking hamstring and whatnot. I didn't get that good of sleep. Penalties. You want penalties. I don't. I got like 3 hours of sleep, and I'm going to do the RSR, and after I'm getting that uploaded, I'm going to take a nap. Get maybe an hour or two more. I will not get an hour. I would only get like maybe 45 minutes more if this goes all the way. So, yeah, no. I'm on here no matter what. I found a way to get on here, but, you know, these early, I really screwed up my damn. Well, I went off on Ahly when Seattle got beat and they got pissed at me. I'm making a joke about the Egyptian fans. Remember the comments? When I was right about that Seattle game, they're like, oh, but we're the best team in Africa. Respect us. I'm like, okay, you should have lost. Like, I get you could have your opinion. I get you're going to defend your guys, but you got pressed like a motherfucker. Like, I mean, it wasn't even as like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but of course I'm going to defend my guys like the Jamaicans did for the Canada game when the penalty happened. Legitimately, the Ahly fans got pressed. And they were a little bit pissed off at me when I said, you know, you didn't really play well against Auckland. But then I was like, no, you should have lost to Seattle. You weren't the better team. I think it was probably the Africa's greatest team, my ass thing that pissed them off. I don't know. They got pressed like a motherfucker. I'm like, damn, you're in your feelings. I'm calling it like I see it and how I saw it. Omir Fernandez to the Rapids. Wow, interesting. I'm not surprised Chris Armas is going for a Red Bull guy. I'm not surprised. That's interesting. I'm not surprised he's going for a Red Bull guy. What do you think he was going to do? Omir Fernandez is like the Kamar Lawrence signing for the Rapids. Kamar Lawrence signed for Toronto when Armas came over, remember? That's Omir Fernandez is what Kamar Lawrence was to Toronto when Armas came over. There you go. Exactly. And I think Fernandez was on the team when Armas was there, at least at some point. Yeah, he was there in 2020. Yeah, and 2019. So no, he coached him. So it's not like it's some dude that was only coached by Struber and Lassane. He was coached by Armas back in the Red Bull, 84th minute. I don't know if it'll work out though. I think Omir got better after Armas left, which makes sense. But we'll see. Maybe he'll keep his up. Might as well get a guy who played your system though. Not that it worked the last time. 85th minute. 5 minutes plus stoppage time. '85th minute. 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Fabio makes a save. Gets back to his line. Oh, pick the ball. Nice. Okay, that's an awesome skill. Like, that's jogo bonito. That's jogo bonito. 86th minute. I feel like Chris Armas' team is going to be 10th in MLS next year. You mean 10th in the West or 10th overall? Man, I'd be pissed off if they did, though. Teamsters authorized February strike at Anheuser-Busch. 99% strike authorization. Damn. Plays on. Here's a chance. Fluminense to put it away. Save by El Shanaoui. Guga. That'd be a corner for Fluminense in the 87th. That could have been the one. Cano could have put this one away, but El Shanaoui gets right there and gets big. Good goalkeeping by Shanaoui. That was good goalkeeping. John Arias. Arias with a corner. '87th minute. Cross in. Header. Falls down. Nothing there. Nice. John Kennedy picks it up. Shot past the post. 88th minute. Still. Shot save. Save by Fabio. 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. 1-0 Fluminense. I have over 1 million coins on EAFC. I had my highest on EAFC Mobile was 3 million coins. I'm still over 1 million coins right now, though. 89th minute. Nino plays it out. 1 minute to go plus stoppage time. Fluminense looks like they're going to hold on. And if they get another goal, that'll certainly be the winner or the cherry on top. Piece de resistance. Here it is. John Kennedy. John Kennedy. Goal! 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 Goal de Fluminense! 2-0. 2-0. John Kennedy. Might as well call him Oswald because he made the shot. Oh, wait, no. Hinkley. That joke went off the rails. That was bad. John Kennedy scored. There it is. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. That's better. Yeah, because he didn't go down. Yeah, nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. That's the one we're going to go with. 89th minute, 2-0. Good shot. And that'll do it for Fluminense. That'll do it. 90th minute for Kennedy. It's Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy. It's Mr. Kennedy. Yeah, no. That was a good shot. Nothing bad. 8 minutes of stoppage time. I think we can start. I think we can start riding it out, though. I don't think we have to wait. He was onside, yes. What channels for documentaries can I watch that you recommend on YouTube? Let's see. There's a Sweggle Studios about tornadoes and weather. Carliana WX, also a weather channel. Alferia. There's a couple of weather documentaries channels. Alferia. Those are some good 93rd minute. 93rd minute. But yeah, Alferia, Carliana, WX, Sweggle Studios. You watch the Oddity Archive, so I ain't got to say much about that. 93rd minute. Save. Let's see. Sports documentaries. There ain't really any good sports documentaries except for the ones that are professionally made. 3 minutes. Maybe Secret Base. They've done some good stuff. 4 minutes, but that's sort of I think they're closer to professional than not. 94th minute. I mean, Jay Aubrey. He's got a good channel. Bright Sun Films has some good documentaries. Weird History Food is interesting. Modern NBA. It's more business, but it's also, it's sort of a documentary on how businesses run that we know, but, you know, it's documentaries. What's your favorite goal song for Europe or MLS? I mean, when Toronto used Brass Bonanza, that was pretty cool. I think I have to obviously just go with Dupe from the Philadelphia Union. Dupe. Like, Dupe is awesome. It is. I'm not even, I mean, I have a soft spot for Philly, but I'm not that much of a Philly fan, but Dupe. It has to be. If we're being honest, it has to be. I think that's a basic answer, but it has to be. 95th minute, 4 minutes to go. Doop, 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 doop. Shot, save. And I think, didn't like a hockey team start trying to use Dupe that wasn't the Philadelphia Flyers? And I'm like, you know that's the Union song, right? We all know, but it's just easier to call it Dupe. We all know. We all know it's Maria, I Like It Loud. We all know what it's really called, but in our world, you just call it Dupe. It's a lot easier to say anyway. Handball, there'll be a free kick in the 96th minute. Oh, I didn't do that? Playing forward. There we go. 1 minute to go. Hit that like button, chat. Let's get this one going. Or I guess. Finish it off on a high. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. Between Fluminense and Ahly. Ahly losing 2-0 to Fluminense. Ahly going back to the third place game as they have the past couple of years. Since 2020. 3 out of 4. The past 3 years, they're going to go back to the third place game. See if they can win their third. The third out of 4 Brazil or bronze medals. John Kennedy brings it down. 90th minute, 97th minute. Full time. It is full time. Fluminense wins 2-0. They did it by the skin of their teeth, but they still did it. Full time is 2-0. Against either Man City or Ottawa Red Diamonds. Ahly will play the third place game against the loser of that Man City Ottawa game tomorrow. Most likely Ottawa. But they'll play the third place first, and then the final would be later that day on Friday. But Fluminense are on to the final. They'll be going for that gold medal and the trophy. Congratulations to Fluminense. Felicidades, Fluminense. Commiserations to Ahly. They go down basically like how they knocked out Seattle 10 months ago. You hate to see it. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in plays. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you within the hour for the review of this game. And there you go. Fluminense made it through. Luckily for them, Denise is still a fraud. That's not as lucky. But, hey, they still made it through. With that being said, I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you later.